Warhammer 40k Space Marine Anniversary Edition review, my fair review. Is Space Marine worth playing in 2022? Gears of Warhammer, as some like to call the game, only without cover mechanics. It is more than Gears. First of all, Gears copied its lore from Warhammer, because 40k is like more than 40 years old. Not only Gears that copied from Warhammer lore, it's also StarCraft, Halo, Doom. They all copied a bit from Warhammer setting, but that's another topic now. This is a classic third-person shooter with a lot of action. We are here to rate Space Marine in 2022 and find out if it's worth playing 10 years later in 2022. So let's go. First section is the story. Story follows Ultramarines and their commander Titus on a mission to save the planet from orc infestation. It's a simple task, classic save the planet from aliens story, but cinematics are just great, pumped up with action. Titus is a great main protagonist, classic Space Marine badass with only one purpose: exterminate aliens. As far as main plot goes, it has one big surprise, and the game ends in a huge cliffhanger. Lore of Warhammer is not covered that well. Those that never had contact with 40k will probably get confused and lost a lot. In other words, in order to understand this game, you'll need to know 40k's huge lore. So 8 out of 10 for the story. Next section is game bugs and optimization. Mega fast loading screens. For my entire walkthrough, I had one crash only with 2 minor non-game breaking funny bugs. The game works like a charm with crazy smooth frame rates, and it will work on a toaster too. It works great with both gamepad and mouse and keyboard controls. Your choice how you wanna play it. 10 out of 10 for bugs and optimization. Next section is game time. It took me exactly 7 hours to finish the game on its hardest difficulty available. Replay value is close to 0. This is a very short game, but we are rating it for 2022, and you can easily find this game for $4 and below right now. So 7 hours for under $4 is more than a fair price. There is a multiplayer in the game too, but it's dead for years now, considering how old the game is. Game time will get 9 out of 10 because it's a very cheap game. Next section is game difficulty. 3 difficulties to pick from: easy, normal, and hard. I played on the hardest difficulty, and it's not that hard at all, to be honest. It's a very relaxing game that requires 0 brain to play. It is fun though, if nothing else. I can't even imagine how it feels like on easier difficulties. There is no challenge here, to be honest. 6 out of 10 for all difficulties combined. Next section is maps and graphics. Old generation of games, everything is dark gray, dark purple, dark brown, dark colors. You are on one planet only. In 90% of time, you'll fight in the ruins, huge factories, buildings, and sewers. That's it from Variety. Graphics, they're fine for 2022. This game still holds on. Of course, edges are rough, textures are blurry, but at least everything looks crisp during combat. So 7 out of 10. Next section is gameplay. What is there to say about it? Classic third-person shooter in Warhammer 40k atmosphere. Kill, stun, chop, execute, burst, run, bash, smash with plenty of different melee and range weapons, and repeat the process. No puzzles, no roaming around, straight linear path, 0 brain, and a lot of gore. It's fun. Killing orcs is satisfying. In this game, killing orcs is satisfying way much more than killing chaos spawns, by the way. For what the game wanted to be, it's a success. No brain, Titus, smash aliens. So 9 out of 10 for gameplay. Next section is leveling and itemization. There is no experience gain in this game, but you'll find purity seals that will raise your rage bar so you can hurt more and soak up more damage. That's it, believe it or not. Items, well, plenty of different range and melee weapons for such a short game. Pistols, bolters, rifles, grenade launchers, snipers, axes, chainsaws, war hammers. Coolest part in the game is by far combat with a jetpack on, where you get to fly and smack the ground with your warhammer. Grenades are also part of Titus' repertoire, and that's about it. Simplistic as it gets. Zero innovation, zero things to do with items, and non-existing leveling system. The only thing you should pay attention to is the amount of ammo, but frankly, there's plenty of it in the game, so waste ammo freely, I guess. 5 out of 10 for leveling and itemization. Next section is NPCs and enemies. 3 to 4 NPCs in the game in total, including the main villain. All there to give you some objectives and support during your Save the Planet mission. Frankly, Titus is the main protagonist and he carries the story well. As far as enemies go, 4 or 5 types of orcs and 4 or 5 types of chaos spawns, or better to say demons, with 2 boss fights in total. Yes, the game lacks enemies variety and it lacks boss fights. So, 6 out of 10 for NPCs and enemies. Last section is music and sound. Cool but forgettable music, sound effects are great, voice acting is solid. Titus' voice actor saves the day here, so 8 out of 10 for music and sound. Final verdict. We got 9 sections with 68 points, and that would be 7.5 out of 10 for Warhammer 40k Space Marine. 10 years later, and now we got upcoming Space Marine 2. That's why I'm doing this review, by the way. I'm playing Warhammer Space Marine. I replayed the game after 10 years. It felt nice, it felt fresh. What is there to say? It's a very cheap game. The game aged well. The score is quite high for such an old game. Cheap. It's worth playing to relax during one Sunday afternoon. Very overrated though by Warhammer 40k fans. Extremely overrated, alright? It's worth playing to prepare for the upcoming Space Marine 2. It's worth playing to get to know those Ultramarines a bit better. But my advice, if you're new to Warhammer universe, just go read some lore, get yourself some education, okay, because there is Space Marine 2 upcoming, there is Rogue Trader upcoming. They are supposed to be great, and they are coming out in the next year. So play Space Marine. I hope you'll have equal fun as I did. If nothing else, it's very cheap. I'll thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.